Where do you change it?
Make it darker. Right here. The side will make it darker, so then when the sun comes out, it won't be like flickering like kind of hard constantly.
Whatever you do, don't let me stop. Can you see that clear?
No, I'd have to manually focus it. Nope, still blurry. Because this one's not autofocus.
Okay, we're going to get started, folks. Good morning, everyone. I'm Walter Herzog, Planning Section Chief Trainee for California Team 2. This is the SALT Fire Day Shift Briefing for Monday, July 12th. This is also a simulcast radio briefing, so every minute we will have a 2 to 5 second delay. If there is any emergency radio traffic during the briefing, use SHF ServiceNet Channel 1. We're going to start off with a situation update from Night Operations, Rob Lang.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Last night was a repeat of the previous night. About 9:30, we had a call. The public said there was a little bit of activity adjacent to the line. We got out there. It was well interior, no threat. We shut down night shift. Everyone transitioned over to day at 2400 last night, so there is nobody out there for an emergency call, but thank you for that. We do appreciate it. And everybody have a safe rest of the season. Thank you.
Okay, there's no changes to our incident objectives today. They're up here on the stage as well as in your IAP. Make sure again that your folks are aware of why we're out here doing our work today. Incident weather, Matt Maley.
Morning, incident meteorologist Matt Bailey with today's weather forecast. So you may have noticed that it cooled off a little bit. I sure enjoyed the cool off last night here in camp. But don't be fooled though. Up on the fire line, it stayed relatively mild overnight. Here in camp, we dropped down into the 60s, but up on the line, they were 70 plus for most of the night. So not a lot of relief up on the fire. Humidities were also on the low side overnight as well. So there again, no relief on the fire last night. For today though, excessive heat warning remains in effect. So we're going to be dealing with one more day of dangerous heat. Max temps across the fire today will be well over 100 degrees, probably not around 110, but more in the 107 to 108 range for the upper end. Humidities will be in the 15 to 25% range today, so still hot and dry. As far as the winds go though, we're going to see the same type of wind pattern that we've seen basically for the last 10 days here. The winds in the afternoon will pick up out of the south and they'll be gusty. Strongest winds once again will be along the I-5 corridor. So simply put, hot and dry, same conditions that we've been seeing. So have a safe shift and stay hydrated.
Okay, next, predicted fire behavior, Dave Duran.
Hey, good morning, everyone. So last night's IR still showed that there's some scattered heat throughout the fire area, mostly in Division Mike, a little bit down in Division Zulu, a little bit out in the Romeo area. So, you know, like everyone's confirming, no threat, and that's what we're forecasting for today. Shouldn't challenge the line in any way, should stay right where we left it last night. Just be aware that we're not turning over a cold fire. There is still some heat out there. And while the main fire progression won't be the main threat, you know, now we move into fire weakened timber, stump holes, and pockets of heat that could flare up and catch you off guard. So with that, it's been great working with you, and have a good shift.
Okay, now May Voorhees, our planning operations, is going to cover operational priorities and division assignments.
Good morning. So today is a transition day. So you're going to see a lot of the same faces that have been out here the last 10 days with you, and you're also going to see some new faces this morning. So with operations this morning, we have Mr. Pat Russell. And trainee, we have Mr. Rebello. And then we do want to introduce some new faces to you this morning. So we have Mr. Tim Ritchie. Thank you, coming in as Operations Section Chief for the incoming Type 3 team. And we do have Brent Kissick. Mr. Kissick there is going to be Operations Section Chief Trainee for the incoming Type 3 team. So for us today, we still have our two branches. Over in Branch 1 this morning, we have Mr. Matt Conklin. Thank you, Matt. In Division Alpha, we have Mr. Mike Hildebrand. So resources in Division Alpha today are going to continue to maintain the I-5 corridor. There aren't a whole lot of resources on the 204 when you look at Division Alpha. So between Division Alpha and Division Mike, we're going to still continue to provide for initial attack within the TFR today. So bumping up to Division Mike, we have a new face in Division Mike Papa. So we have Mr. Brian Ty. Thank you, Brian Ty, all the way in the very back. I know it's very hard to see him because he is at your 6 o'clock. Thank you. Mr. Brian Ty is Mike Papa, and those resources are going to work with Alpha to provide for the initial attack within the TFR, and then continue to utilize the IRs. You can see these two pockets right here where there's still red on the map. So we're going to continue to focus our efforts on those areas and try to mop up where we can, and then continue the suppression repair efforts. Coming over into Branch 5. Branch 5 looks a little different today. So Branch 5 is Mr. Dave Niels. Thank you, Dave. Division Romeo is still Mr. Rob Winkler. So we're still working on the suppression and repair efforts over in Division Romeo and continuing to do some mop-up. Division Uniform Zulu is going to look a little different today. We've combined those divisions. So Mr. Rob Thorpe. Thank you, Rob. Rob. Should I start with Rob again? Okay. Thanks. So Rob Thorpe, Division Uniform Zulu, we've combined those two today. And resources in Division Uniform Zulu, as you can see again, we still have a little pocket of red there on the map. So we're going to continue to mop up in those areas where appropriate and continue the suppression repair efforts. Priorities for the incident today are going to be down in Alpha and Zulu, where we still have the structures and a little bit of red on the map. And then second priority is up in Mike and Papa, where we do have, again, a couple of little pockets on the map where there is some heat on the IR. Thank you.
Okay, next, Air Operations, Terry Harris.
Good morning, everybody. So the lineup is still the same that it was yesterday, which is a Type 1 and a Type 3 helicopter. That's all I've got. Enjoyed it. Thanks, and have a safe day.
Thanks, Terry. Now our safety message from Freddie Espinoza, Safety Officer.
Hey, good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to introduce our safety officers that will be shadowing us today, Jason Smith and Rob McDonald. They'll be staying here with the Type 3 organization. So for today, there's lots of different kinds of activities occurring today. We got repair work going on, mop up, there's graders out there fixing up the roads, lots of people demobbing, camps getting torn down today, people are shadowing, getting used to stuff, and there's also potential for more IA out there. So just lots of different kinds of activities that people are engaged in. You know, so along with that, there's lots of opportunities for some confusion, congestion in a lot of different areas or places, and you know, and then frustration can come along with those things. So just take the time to consider how those factors will affect you and the folks that you're working around today. Your safety message has lots of info in there that should be helpful to help through some of these things. So have a safe day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Okay, next, Incident Communications, Mike Flynn.
Morning. If you take a look at your ICS 205, you'll notice the comms plan has changed. We will be cloning. Cloning is available between the kitchen and supply and the communications yurt. Please make sure you get cloned. Additionally, we have a few radios that still need to be picked up. Please make sure you pick up any radios that you turn in for repairs prior to 10 a.m. And if you checked out any communications equipment, please return it this morning. Thank you. Be safe out there.
Okay, and as we mentioned earlier this evening, we are going to be transferring command back to the forest with a Type 3 organization. We have done some intros, but we're going to do a few more. Incident Commander Pat Bell. Incident Commander Trainee Kevin Osborne. Operations Tim Ritchie. Plans Rob Holt. And Mike Gregory for logistics. Okay, great. And now a message from our agency rep, Ben Sundahl.
Hey, good morning. So the crowd's getting smaller. I'm sure you guys heard this message already, but a huge thank you to all you guys out there from the forest, the communities, and all our partners. I'm sure you guys are all aware the West is really kicking off now. So as you guys travel throughout the season or the year going to camp, just remember to take care of yourself and everybody else around you. And it's going to be a long, long summer, and that's pretty much all I had. Enjoy the day, and be safe. Talk to you later. Thanks.
Thanks, Ben. Now closing remarks from Deputy Incident Commander Nikki Johnny.
Morning. First and foremost, I wanted to thank our host, the Shasta Trinity. Thank you for helping us out, supporting us, and basically answering all the questions to make this a success. Secondly, I needed to thank the firefighters, the ones that are left. Hang in there. You're almost there with Salt Fire, that is. What I like to do, kind of like towards the end, is kind of just remind everybody of all the hard work that they've done over the last couple of weeks. So I wrote down some statistics last night, just to kind of give you guys an idea, some factoids. So acres was 12,650. At the peak of this incident, we had 1,430 personnel. Direct Hine line was 16.7 miles. Direct dozer line, 6.4 miles. Super scoopers, we had super scoopers on this fire, folks. We had over 543,000 gallons of water delivered on the Salt Fire. Air tanker retarded, almost 250,000 gallons. The kitchen provided over 32,000 meals to all of you. And lastly, this is for all the PIOs out there, people that like Facebook. There was almost 830,000 individuals that tagged the Facebook account. Pretty amazing. So everybody's really interested in what you're doing, all the hard work. And I'm sure of all those people that tagged Facebook, they would say thank you as well. So have a good day.
Okay, there's extra IEPs and maps up here at the stage. Tie in with your division supervisors for future direction. And if anybody's unassigned or has any questions, come up and see operations and resources up here at the stage. And this now ends the simulcast radio briefing. Any SALT fire personnel can resume any emergency traffic on SALT Fire Command. Have a great day. Thanks.